talking through model context protocols, and that's the only time I need to say that word. You don't even need to think about what it means. The acronym is MCP. Another way to think about it is an app for your AI. So you got apps on your phone that you're able to interact with. An MCP is just an app that your AI is able to interact with. Basically, you're able to level up your content creation, review, whatever processes, because instead of you having to go and like get whatever thing, bring it back to the AI, tell the AI to do something, take it somewhere else, all that back and forth, you're able to do it all in one spot. For those who don't know, this interface is Claude by Anthropic. That's one of the big three. I like it a lot. Someone in the computer and tech section said that they told a younger attorney they used ChatGPT, and the younger attorney said, "Okay, boomer," and I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, Claude is currently kind of the front runner in terms of like the sweetest bells and whistles. But with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. Patrick will be interjecting like questions and sort of ideas about how we're going to use some of these tools. Let's get started. I'm in Claude. I'm going up into the upper left-hand corner. I'm clicking File, going to Settings. On the left-hand side here, you can see the various settings that are available. You can go to...
Hey, Alex. So
Yes.
This is just the straight Claude. This isn't Claude like the code or the Claude Cowork. I mean, right? It's just that,
This
right?
is the desktop app.
Desktop.
So you
Okay.
you can download it for Mac or Windows. I believe you can even make it work for Linux if that's your jam. But you go here and you'll see that there's a little interface for connectors. These are the default ones, but we're going to go ahead and browse connectors. When we click here, we're going to get a pop-up with the various connections that are available. And sometimes I like to come here and just scroll and see all the various apps that you can add for your AI. So a lot of them are going to be kind of tech specific because those are the most, forward users of AI. But lots of stuff that attorneys use is present as well. So today, I believe Patrick and I are going to do Canva. Is that right, Patrick?
Sure. Let's use Canva. Now, let me ask you this, Alex, because you're starting to make me nervous with this. Do I have to have a coding background to do this, or am I just clicking on things?
No, we're just going to click. I'm going to show you. So I uninstalled all of them so I can show you how to do it here. But you click on the little plus button. That's it. It's opening a browser tab. I won't show it to you, but basically it's one of those authorization windows, and it says, is it okay if this app connects? And you just click allow, if that's what you want it to do. I got authorization successful. It's going to go back and work. Yep. And now you see up here connected to Canva. It's a little cut off, but that's what it says. Then I'm going to go back to chat. And if I go down here, you don't have to do this step, but just to show you, down here in connectors, Canva is now available.
So for those that are wondering, why did he pick Canva? Right now on the top 50 Gen AI web products, Canva's number 3 for for monthly visits. So it's a very popular one.
Patrick, what should we create with Canva today?
I don't really use Canva. I don't really use Canva. I use Gemini and Nano Banana and Chat for my graphics. So
all right. So I'm going to use Canva to create presentation slides because that's something everybody can appreciate, is having to create a presentation. I don't like using them very much. I like to have like 2 or 3 slides if I can get away with it. But let's create a presentation.
Alex knows I like 265 slides.
Yeah, that's okay. I just, I start reading off the screen if I have too many things up there. Okay. Create a presentation in Canva on using AI for lawyers. That's all I'm going to say. Hit send. And now, right now, this little indicator is just that it's generating. It's probably going to ask my permission for some stuff. It might not, just because I've used it in the past, but let's see. So I would hazard a guess that within 60 seconds, I'm going to have 4 different versions of a presentation on AI for lawyers ready to go, well designed, perhaps with content a little bit off. But remember, I haven't given it any content. Here, this looks like a new feature. It's giving you a way to go in and actually change the content of the slide. But then once you're ready, you can click on this button here that says Generate Design. So very user friendly. I clicked it. I send it. And now it's generating, and I'll be able to show you the output once it's done.
Do you have different thinking modes in Claude?
Yeah, so down here is where you can select the models. So just like ChatGPT or any other AI, you can select stronger or weaker models, or you can think of it as faster and slower. And then you can turn on thinking mode, which is, I think, where people started talking about agents more or less. But generally speaking, it's just the AI breaking down your question into several sub questions before providing you with the answer.
Yeah, can you let me ask you this? I don't know if you've done this or not, Alex, but have you put your entire paper in there and have it
Yes.
generate a slide deck for your paper?
I have. So here we go. Look, 4 design options for AI, using AI for lawyers. So it gives me a little preview of the various title slides. Let's just go ahead and click on the first one. Oh, this is cool. This is new too. It used to be you had to click into Canva, but I can show you here. So slide 1, current state. Slide 2, core capabilities. Slide 3, legal research transformation, document drafting, client service automation, ethics, continuing obligations, implementation, the future. Yeah, that's like the outline that I would follow on a talk, right? And
Right.
this is not pulling from my information. I just literally gave it that prompt of create those slides. If I wanted to, I could say use particular colors. Make sure you mention something about Alex and Patrick in there. Here's the outline. Here's the content that we're going to hit. Make them verbose. Make them, sparse, whatever the case might be. And you can do that. And Canva is just the one that I wanted to share with you because my client information is not going to leak out for 1,000 people today. But there are so many apps in here, and if there isn't an app, there is a way to connect to that app. So say Clio doesn't have an integration, I guarantee there's a way for you to connect to Clio with your AI if you wanted to.
So what's your favorite app that you use all the time?
So I'm like the nerd, right? I really like the skills. So it's not actually an app. Let me pull it up for you real quick. So it's, I believe, under extensions, skills. So there's skills, there's plugins, there's connectors. Connectors is what we just looked at. Plugins is a collection of apps and skills together to create a whole workflow. But a skill is basically a custom prompt that tells the AI how to address a certain problem. And so that judgment delegation thing we were talking about, where you take whatever judgment you are doing at a subconscious level and put it consciously front of mind, you can put that into the skill. So that way, every time you say do X task, it follows, Y pattern to accomplish it. So there's a skill creator even. Let me see if I can pop it open. Yep. So right here, you can see skill creator, which shows how it works. So it's basically like an advanced prompt. So anytime I do something about creating a skill, Claude would pull this document and it would read it to orient itself to the task and then follow the appropriate instructions. If you really want to dive deep, if you're like slightly past this, if you've seen this, you can now in Claude Code, you're able to dictate that there are agents who take each of those steps. So instead of one agent handling the whole thing and muddying the context, which is one of those tells we talked about, you can instead have a fresh chat session basically handle each of those steps to try and preserve the fidelity to the task.
Did you see I don't know if you saw the story of the woman who was using 5 agents to run her household. Did you see that story?
Really?
Yeah.
No, I did not. No.
Everything from what her kids were homeschooled, she was using it to do schedules and run her family. It was craziness. And we're just talking about doing a paper, but there's a lot of use cases for all this stuff in there.